Today, we're going to prepare a few coins to get graded by PCGS. Stay tuned to find out how to do this. Hey collectors, thanks for watching. I'm the collector of coins, and that's right, as I said in the intro, I have a number of coins that I want to send out to PCGS to get graded. One came in from a customer of mine. This is a 1917 over 18 D Buffalo nickel, which we want graded and authenticated. I'll put that underneath the microscope to show you. But what I'm going to really do is sort of describe the process of submitting coins to PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, talk a little bit around my philosophy for what I send out to get graded and what service level. We're going to take a look at the coins. We're going to get them prepped. I'm going to show you how to do it on the PCGS website. And as I'm doing all this, I'm hoping that you subscribe to my channel. If you're not already subscribed, give me a thumbs up on the video if you like this. In the meantime, let's talk about the coins we're submitting. First, we have a really nice looking 1879 Morgan dollar. This is from San Francisco. You can see the S mint mark right there. It's already in the plastic flip that PCGS requires for submission. These 2x2 flips in the plastic are a requirement. These would be rejected. All right, so there are some scratches on the Morgan, but there are a lot of details in the hairline. There's a small scratch in the cheek below the ear. There's a scratch in the field. And so, despite its great condition, I'm going to conservatively say that this could grade MS62. What I'm hoping doesn't happen is that this was deemed cleaned. Now, I picked this up in a collection. I don't think this has been cleaned or dipped. If it was, it might have been a very long time ago because there's some toning around the rim from the holder that it was in. And it was in a really nice Dansko holder. Again, a lot of details in the coin. Worst case is I send this out and it gets deemed cleaned, which I'm hoping doesn't happen. And I don't think this has been. If it has, it's been a very long time ago through dipping. All right, so why am I sending this out? One, I want to make sure it wasn't cleaned. Two, I want to be able to get the most value from the coin. So despite the fact I'm going to send this in for express grading, which is a like a 20-day turnaround right now at about $65, I'm hoping this coin grades higher than MS62, although I'm not expecting it. At MS62, this coin's worth around $100, $110. You know, so if you subtract the grading fee, you know, you're looking at, you know, at least, you know, I have to not have spent more than like $50 on the coin, and I didn't. You know, I got a very nice deal on this because I bought a bulk set of coins, but, you know, the margin is not going to be huge on this coin. It's going to be pretty small. But I do think it's worth getting graded. Graded Morgans, I believe, are more popular than ungraded. At least they're more desirable. Of course, if it comes back cleaned, I'm just going to indicate that it was clean, in which case, you know, it may be hard breaking even. I may just pull that aside then and just hold until values change. But again, I'm taking a chance on it because look at the detail in the hairline. By the way, as you can see, I'm wearing silicone gloves or rubber gloves to handle the coins, mainly because I'm going to be putting them in plastic flips instead of these. And these are investment grade coins. Certainly these two are, I would say that Buffalo is for sure, even though it's in just good condition. I want to treat these well. I don't want any oil on them. Okay, here's the second coin I'm sending out to PCGS. A 1924 peace dollar from Philadelphia. This is an amazing shape. Compared to the Morgan, which gave me a little bit of the impression that it might have been dipped a long time ago, I think this is a pure original coin with original luster. I'm not seeing anything that makes me suspicious of this, but you know what? I'm not an expert. I could be wrong. Some of this can be subjective. We got some toning on the back. The coin is in great shape. I'm hoping it grades for higher than MS62. I'm hoping this gets into MS63 or more. Now there is a bit of a scratch just above the eye in the hairline. So maybe MS63 conservatively. And if so, it's worth sending out at the $65 grading fee price for the quick turnaround. Now, the reason why I'm doing the quick turnaround is mainly due to, if I go with the regular service, it could take 3 or 4 months to get these back. And I'm sending it in mainly for this coin. It's a customer. It's a customer mainly because while he doesn't buy things from me, he has let me feature his collection on my channel. I'll put a link in the description and a link up top so you can see the videos that feature his collection. He's got an amazing collection. And he just came across this one that was not in the main collections. And it's a 1918 Denver, 18/17. And let me put this on the microscope so you can take a look at it. Okay, so here is the 1918/7 Buffalo nickel. Now, the key thing here is if you look at the 8, and I know this is very worn, but the shape of the holes, particularly up top, it's got a straight edge here, and down below is a straight edge here. And that is a telltale sign of the 18/7 nickel. Now, the engraver's initials are an F. This looks close to a P. As you can see, the top of the F is curved down a bit. And that's also another telltale sign. That's one of the markers. And then there is a die crack that would run across the braid here, running towards the cheek. And even though it's faint, I see it, right? Now, I definitely want to get this authenticated and graded. Despite the markers, if the coin isn't a 18/7 rather, it's important to know. The coin would be worth about, 35, 50 cents in this condition. But if it is, and it is authenticated by PCGS, in this condition, this is an $800 coin. And this is why I'm sending this out for this particular collector. Consulted with another dealer. They completely agreed with my assessment. They see the same markers. They see the same indicators, and they also have the same opinion. All right, so that's the main coin that's going out. Now, I'm sending out these others because it doesn't make sense to send out one coin. The collector is going to obviously cover the costs for this, and then we get some economy of scale by shipping them together. So I pulled out a couple other coins that I believe are worth grading. These two for sure, the Barber Quarter and the Barber Half. This one, marginal depending upon the grade that comes back. At MS60 on above, it's worth it. It's 1936, it'd be worth over $100. If it's hitting MS63 or 64, it's 100% worth it. So admittedly, these three are a bit of a gamble, right? Because given the grading fee and the value, depending upon the grade, I'm either breaking even. If it gets lower grade, I'm potentially losing money. If it gets a higher grade, then I'm ahead. These three are 100% worth it because the value is significantly more than the grading fee. And if it gets higher grades than what I'm putting in conservatively, the value is even more. So we'll take a look at these in a minute. We'll get them out of the flips. We'll put them in the plastic flips, and then I'll show you the process for submitting coins for PCGS. Okay, here is the Barber Quarter. It has got some great golden toning around the edges, a lot of details in the crown. You can see Liberty, you can see all the details of the hair and of the leaves. Just a spectacular example. Little worried that PCGS may consider this clean because of the difference between the toning and the luster on the head. You have consistent toning in the back too, and in the reverse, Same level of detail, and it does not have the characteristics that the front has in terms of giving a little bit of a cleaned appearance. So I don't think this coin was cleaned. You can see there's a much more even luster across it. I just think what we're seeing, what I'm seeing on the obverse, is an indication of just some environmental aspects of the toning. This was stored again in a Dansko album that was brown. I think it's a gorgeous coin. I would like to verify that it wasn't cleaned to get the most value out of it. If it was cleaned, again, I'd hold it aside. Eventually you sell it. Denoted that cleaning may have taken place if PCGS deems it cleaned. Again, I'm hoping not. I think this is at least MS63. Although since I'm not a professional grader, when I go to sell this, I basically list them as MS uncirculated without a designation. And I generally price it at the low end. If it goes for more than MS60 in terms of getting graded by PCGS, I am well ahead of the game here. So I think it's worth a gamble. Here's another Barber coin I picked up at the same time. This is a Barber $50, also in spectacular condition, also with some pretty cool toning. Maybe a little ding on the rim. Well, that's interesting. I hadn't noticed that crack before. So, worry that this may get a damage designation unless PCGS deems that as just normal wear on the coin. Just amazing details on the obverse and reverse. 1912D, cool toning. Again, taking a little bit of a chance on this. So for right now, I got 3 coins that I'm taking a chance on. The Morgan, hoping it doesn't come back cleaned. The Barber Quarter, hoping it does not come back with a clean designation. And the Barber Half, hoping it doesn't come back with either clean or damaged. All of which is possible. All of which I think is worth a gamble on. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Do you think they were cleaned? Do you think it's worth the risk setting out to get graded? Love to get your feedback. And then finally, and I'll put this one in a plastic flip, and then this one will flip, this 1936 Walking Liberty Half. Original white coin. I don't think this was cleaned. Hoping it's not thought of as dipped. It doesn't appear to be. Again, conservatively, MS62 maybe. Hoping gets a higher grade. We will see if I was accurate or not on my grading when these come back. All right, let's get these in a flip and we'll take a look at the PCGS website in a moment. Okay, and that's part 1 for the PCGS submission, is getting the coins in these plastic 2x2 flips. Then the next part is going up to the PCGS website, to their submission center, and filling out an online submission form. And you'll see how to do that in a minute. I'll be right back. And okay, here we are on the PCGS.com website. We're going to select Submit, and we're going to start our coin submission. Okay, you click Start. You select the type of coin you're submitting, in this case, US coins. And then you move on to the next step. We're going to look at the standard service first to see what options are available. If you happen to already be a member, which you need to be, you might have vouchers that you can use that you've already prepaid for the grading as part of your membership. That being said, you have to select a different service type. I'm going to select Gold Shield because I want the quick express turnaround time. You can see the different options available with the Gold Shield and the corresponding costs. And obviously Express costs more. Now, to go back and look at what the standard group gives you, and we'll move forward once again, you will see that you only have 2 options, Economy Gold and Modern Value. I'm sorry, 3 options. And there they are. So, like I said before, we're going to go with the Express service. So we're going to go with the Gold Shield. We'll select Next. And then we'll start adding the different coins after we get to the next step that we're going to submit for grading. And here we go. So let's add the Barber Quarter to this. So we're going to type in the year and the denomination, and it's going to give us a menu to choose from. We're going to select the Barber Quarter that we're going to send to get graded. We're going to add in a declared value for insurance purposes. Here I have the price guide up, and I'm going to conservatively say we're looking at an MS60 for $300 in terms of value. So that's what I'm going to use on the order form in terms of the declared value. So we'll enter that in. We add it. Now this form I already started before. As you can see, we have a few of the coins already listed. You will note that I added a variety attribution for the 1917 over 7D. In this case, that variety attribution is not necessarily needed because PCGS already has it as its own type. So I'll remove that extra fee. Sometimes you need to add the variety attribution if you're going for something that's not listed explicitly as a coin on PCGS's website. So be careful to look for that. Now we'll add the next coin, which is the 1912 Denver minted 50-cent piece. And there we go. You can see it's the first one in the list. And again, we're going to go look at the value of this by going to PCGS's price guide site. Again, it's just to give some degree of guidance on value. It's an approximate value for insurance purposes, I would say. We'll scroll down. We'll get into the Barber half section. We'll look for the particular one that we're going to send out for grading. And again, we're going to look at a more conservative price. We're going to use for the declared value. It's probably about right. Remember, the declared value does go into the overall costs in terms of the insurance amount that you're paying PCGS for shipping purposes. All right, and now we're going to select the last coin here, which is the Walking Liberty half. Again, same thing. We'll check the value of it for insurance purposes. And here I want you to see the difference in the value from the grading, which is why you were hoping for a better grade than MS60 or frankly MS63. Anyway, we'll put that in. Again, I'm going to be conservative here in value. And as you can see, at a cost of $65 to grade and a cost of $65 worth of value, we're probably looking at a wash if it doesn't grade higher than what we plugged in. Okay, as we move forward to the process in terms of address billing and confirmation, you'll see that the submission has been successfully completed. I'm obviously not sharing all the details of my information, but I wanted you to see the next step, which is to prepare the labels on the flips. And it's really important that you follow these shipping instructions exactly as they are written. Okay, now that I got the submission form set up, I got a PDF generated, I have to print out the labels. Now I like using this little label printer that I picked up on Amazon for like, I don't know, 30 bucks. It's called the Nimbot. Maybe it's even less than $30. It is a thermal label printer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use their app to create the labels. Sorry, this is not in focus. There we go. I'm going to get the right size label. It automatically detects. And then what you do is you put in the submission number first. Let me go look that up. All right, there we go. The submission number and the line item that corresponds to the coin. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. I have to print out 6 labels, so I'm going to be printing these all out. And each of them will have that same submission number, and then line 1, line 2, line 3, and so on through line 6 on different labels. Okay, line 1, and you see how it lines up to the 1918 over 7D, and so on. So let's get the stickers on based on what we see here. And it should look like that. And there you go. All right, basically we're going to repeat this for the rest of the coins. Okay, and it's really important that you do a quality control step to make sure that the line number, the coin itself, and the submission all match. Otherwise, if it doesn't, it's either going to delay the grading process or result in wrong labeling or mixed up. Even though PCGS has quality control themselves, they're really relying upon the submission being accurate to speed up the process. One other thing I forgot to mention, that you also have to be a member of PCGS, which I am as a coin collector and dealer. I have the Platinum service, which is $200 a year, but does give you 8 submissions. It is a little pricey, and obviously the cost of grading can be expensive. The total cost of these 6 coins is $433. And even though part of this is being covered by another person in that coin, I'm hoping that the combined value of all of this is more than 3 times the submission cost. So basically at $433, I'm hoping the coins come back at least over $1,200 worth of value, not including this one, because obviously this one is not mine. But anyway, you get the sense. All right. Then the last things to do is basically you have to print out the submission forms. I'm not going to show you how to do that. You have to package the coins well so they don't get damaged. What I like to do is I like put them in a padded envelope with some tissue in between each of the flips. So I tend to, here I'll show you, I tend to put them in like this, and then I put tissue in between as they fold down. This gives a little more extra cushioning. There's no tissue there now. And then I put them in a padded envelope, and then I submit it, send it in the mail. Usually priority mail, just so it gets to PCGS quickly. Okay, so the coins have been put in this padded envelope, and I wrote the submission number and indicated that the coins are in here so that when PCGS receives this, they're very clear on what this is, because I'm going to put this padded envelope into this one. Write the submission number again on the outside of this, and both go into another padded envelope with the paperwork that gets printed out and submitted with it. And you submit multiple copies. When you print it out, you print out the full set. You keep your customer copy, you keep the directions, and then you send the whole thing in. Pay attention to the address. It's all on the printouts that you will make. And with that, I'm going to wish you good luck. I'm hoping that you will wish me good luck with the grading. And until next time, happy collecting. Now, obviously, there'll be a follow-up video when those coins return.